What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Yokai Delinquents podcast, VideoCast, and this time has wanted to do something a little special for y'all, being that this is way late in acknowledging that we've been doing this podcast for over a year. So,
Right.
yeah, figured, we don't do these all the time. Y'all,
Right.
So we'll do something a little special. This will also be for you, Podbean, Spotify, or iTunes, the audio listeners. Yeah, you're going to get this in audio format because we're going to be addressing listener questions. And I want y'all to be able to, hear those in your preferred medium. But we are going to be doing a lot of visual components in this episode, so we'll do our best to describe it. You can always go to YouTube and watch the video.
Yeah, I'll be commentator, and I'll basically commentate everything that Sean is doing, like his facial expressions and what he's doing with his hands and what he looks like and everything.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Sean raises his hands to the screen.
Like Ricky Bobby. All right. But yeah. So, okay, let's go ahead and open with a listener question. Somebody we are, and you all are listening should be very familiar with.
I don't know them.
Yeah. Oh, you know these peoples. The one, the only, Mike Del Vecchio
Oh, well, hello, Mike.
asks, I'm sure it'll be a topic on its own, but thoughts and hopes for the new Cowboy Bebop show? Meaning the live-action Netflix adaptation. Are you hopeful? Are you pessimistic? What are your thoughts?
I'm hopeful. I think they've given us enough to at least give me that spark of hope,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
With like they released the opening song and everything,
Right.
fucking phenomenal. And then they gave us a trailer of it with them literally breaking the fourth wall like over and over again. It's so good.
Dude, yeah. I'm of course we're always optimistic. We try to be positive and wait to see how it turns out. But there's nothing in the trailers that have made me negative about it whatsoever.
Oh,
I am
right.
super positive for this thing, honestly. I think I'm going to enjoy it. I think it will be different. But again, I don't care about change in adaptations as
Mhm.
long as they make sense, they feel like it's part of the source material,
Right.
and it just doesn't feel like the writers are saying, well, I could do better, so I'm going to change it for this. As long as it doesn't feel like that, Death Note. I feel like that, and just not. Actually, no, I'm gonna take that back. Death Note. I don't remember feeling that way. What I feel like is just they didn't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, cause
Yeah.
the key for Death Note for me at least is the tension and the suspense of the chase between light and hell, and I just don't remember feeling that at all in the Netflix adaptation. But again,
Mhm.
because I didn't like Netflix's attempt at Death Note, doesn't mean I'm going to automatically shit on their next anime attempt. So.
Yeah. And yeah, I guess we haven't had a whole lot of like from Netflix, that's really the only thing that we have, right, to go off of, is they did Death Note with, like American actors and stuff like that.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, because I was about to say, like, oh, we've got lots of good live-action anime adaptations, but that's actually, coming out of, like, Japan and everything, and then Netflix putting up, this is like a full Netflix production of an American production, essentially.
Okay. And we will circle back to that, actually, because I won't tell you the question yet, but we'll be circling back to more live-action adaptations.
Right.
So the other thing we want to do is it's been a while since we've done any like pickup videos, which I personally love. I hope y'all do too, because these are not stopping as long as we're making content. So
and as long as we keep buying shit.
You keep buying shit, it's going to happen. Now, again, I've got a pile over here, but I'm gonna try and go through it quickly. We're not going to keep y'all here all day. But from the course of comic book shop going every week, as well as I think a couple of conventions since we've done this. I'm not sure. At least I've had one big convention at SpaCon in Hot Springs since we last did any kind of pickup video. So, but I'm gonna kick off a comic book first, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
So new, I still haven't even cracked the plastic on it yet. But it is the hardbound collection of Something is Killing the Children.
Nice.
All 3 trade paperbacks and 1 hardbound edition. Just a nice normal teeth logo for those who know the book, know what that entails.
So that's just a volume 1, right? Because they're not done with the series?
No,
or is that the whole series?
The series is still going month to month in the floppies, as they say. And it's still going. I've only read the 3 trades, and because I started with trades, I'm kind of sticking with them. But what's funny is, and friends will be benefiting from it. I'll probably buy the trades as they come out, but as they release more of these hardbound ones, I'm probably going to rebuy them. Just have that and gift away the regular trades, because it's a series everybody needs to read.
Yeah, I feel that. That's fun. Yeah. So should I show something again?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Because I feel like we're gonna some of these topics we're gonna be talking a lot about. So
something so I went all the way out to my I don't know. I guess it's a local comic store. I mean, it's 30 minutes away, but it's not the closest one. But it's the one that we prefer to go to. Anyway, went all the way out there yesterday. And they were closed because the power is out, because we're having a small, like, tropical storm. So it's, like, just kind of windy right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I had to rush all the way out there earlier today so I could pick this stuff up. But, and I actually I think I've only read the first issue of this. But I think this might be the last issue. Yep, this is the last issue, so I can finally just read it all at once. Strange Adventures number 12.
Oh,
finally, at long last. Yes.
Right.
The story by Tom King, Mitch Gerards, and Evan Shanner is finally coming to an end. And if you don't know, like, Tom King does this thing where he does like a little maxi series of like 12 issues.
Right.
Miracle Man, fantastic. Still haven't read his Question. I think that was him. If it's not, it should be, but whatever. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. I'm wondering how far I'll get through it before we get a 8-panel page or whatever, you know.
The talking heads.
Yeah, right. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to finally pull all these issues together and read the whole series as a whole.
Nice, yeah. But yeah, I know you talked about it before in one of our other pickup videos. So yeah, Good to know people still like Tom King. At least you do. I don't know the Tom King.
What's going on with Tom King?
I don't know. Just after his Batman run, a lot of people just not even giving him a chance on anything else.
Oh, really?
But again,
yeah. I mean, my only experience with it is his these little 12 issues, because he did that Vision maxi series that was really good. I think it's about to get they're about to do another set of them, and then that Mr. Miracle one. So yeah, so I'm excited for this because it's another obscure character that I'm pretty interested in. Like, I just wish he would pick up more characters that I'm super into, like the Creeper or something like that.
Oh, Tom King writing
a
story.
Yeah.
I get
Do Tom King.
Right.
Do a Tom King.
Well, you know, he
I'll fund this project.
You know, he's a fan of the show.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he's one of our four listeners. Is Tom King.
Okay, we'll do another question. This one is specifically directed at you, Jerry.
Oh, no.
My good buddy Armand Xavier Brooks.
Well, hello.
Asks, all right, I must know. Does Jerry Smith know what Shrifty is?
Oh. Schwifty?
Nope.
Shiftry. Oh, yeah. The Pokemon.
My dyslexia kicked in, I'm sorry. Shiftry.
The Pokemon.
Yes.
Right?
You do know.
Yeah. He's a Tengu. Yeah.
This is a Tengu. See? You do know. And now I owe Armand $1.
To be fair, I did not know that until you pointed it out to me, I think. So, it's your fault.
Really? So, which is why I was like, I don't know if because Armand wanted to make a joke about Shiftry because he's a huge Pokemon person. So and I was like, I wasn't like negatively on you, just honestly like I don't know if Jerry would know what a Shiftry is. So okay,
so
make a post.
So like 2019 when we first moved up here, we didn't have a whole lot to do. We were playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
So I finally got one of those and evolved it up to a Shiftry. So
good man. Yeah, because like when I realized Lotad was a Kappa.
Yeah.
And then the next Pokemon in the Pokédex was Shiftry. And
well, I think it's funny because I think I pointed Lotad out to you and didn't know about Shiftry, and then you were like, "Did you know about this one?" And I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Because again, like with Shiftry, with that final evolution, he has like the 3 feather fan, the feet become the sandals and the long nose. To me, that's still more obvious than Lotad as a Kappa.
Right.
He doesn't have the bowl head. He goes from lily pads to a sombrero.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, that's less Kappa.
Right.
But you know what? A Spanish Kappa, I'll take it.
For sure.
All right. Next thing, we're going to keep on with some books. These came in together. So I'll do that.
Books and books and books and books.
Books and books. Got the Kingdom Hearts character files.
Nice.
Again, still brand spanking new, so they didn't even crack their open. But yeah, just like character files from all the characters from throughout the series. I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, even though I don't understand it. But it's still a series I've really enjoyed all this time. And still need to beat part 3, sadly enough, but I'll get there. I owns it.
When did they bring Mario into it and Mario and Sora fight?
You'd have to play Super Smash Bros. For that to happen. So that's right, people. Sora, not Doom guys and fucking Smash Bros. Or whatever they were. People are very pissed off about that too. Imagine that the internet's mad about something.
They have Doom guy as a Mii costume people, so you didn't completely not get him.
Clearly good enough, right?
So the next thing that I have is a new title that Jeff Lemire is putting out. He's always putting out like 36 books at a time. But this is another one of his like indie, like creator created stuff that is an original thought out of his head and is sure to make me cry by the end of it. And it is Jeff Lemire's Maze book.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, and it's another one of those things that I can already tell is like, oh, this is about loss and stuff like that. Like coming to terms with things and
right. Got to hit right in the good old heartstrings on this one. Huh?
Oh yes, all the time. So great, Jeff Lemire.
Okay. Well, on top of just asking for general questions, I had posted up a meme I did last year. It came up with my memories. I'm like, this might be fun for the show. Make me choose between 2 things. And of course, people want to make it the most heartbreaking options possible. And
right.
They got some that are really more towards me as far as interests go, but there's a couple I think you're into. So I'm gonna do those here. I might do the ones that are kind of just more me centric on my own video. Just so you're not sitting there going, yes, I agree with Sean, or whatever. Or whatever, fuck Sean, you're wrong. Whatever you would say. But, okay. Drew Patron, our good buddy from It's Toku Time, asks us, no surprisingly about Tokusatsu, Super Sentai or Kamen Rider? I know my answer because of what I've watched more of, but I'm really curious about you. Which one?
Right.
You can only pick one?
Man, probably Kamen Rider.
Yeah?
Yeah. Even though Super Sentai has a giant robot and it's, I don't know, a team-based thing, eventually the Kamen Rider series get to teams anyway, so...
I mean, with all the secondary riders, they're damn near Sentai teams at some point anyway.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the times with Kamen Rider stuff, you get more, like, story-driven, like, plot lines, and there's not, like, you're not, viewing, like, 5 characters or whatever, you don't have to worry about characterizing, like, all of them and growing all of them. You can really just focus on the main one or a couple here and there and stuff, so I like that. Plus, like, all the costumes, transformations, like upgrades, weapons, stuff like that is always so solid in Kamen Rider. I'm always a very like a really big stickler for like costume designs in my Toku stuff, and Kamen Rider hits so much. There's just so much of Super Sentai that's like a lot of it's kind of like same but different, you know.
Right.
But Kamen Rider always comes out pretty unique, so
That's fair.
I got to give it to Kamen Rider.
Yeah. I got to go with Kamen Rider as well. It's a big part of it is I've seen more Kamen Rider than Super Sentai. And,
Right.
yeah, a lot of the same reasons. I think just a little more mature. As far as I didn't grow up with, like, the Power Rangers. Not that I got issues with going back and watching, younger audience stuff. If it's still good, it's good. But, yeah, Kamen Riders has always clicked more with me. Which I think even says with my favorite Sentai team is Akiba Rangers, the unofficial Sentai team. But even that's aimed at older audience. So
Right.
I think I think Kamen Rider also for me. But I want to share with you honestly. I was like, oh, that's a good. I really don't honestly know. I felt like it was going to be Kamen Rider with you, but I wasn't 100%.
Yeah. That's only because they didn't offer like Garo as a
Oh.
suggestion or no. I haven't watched enough Garo to really say that.
All right. Well, next thing I'm showing off is a YouTuber that I'm actually a really big fan of called Aki Dearest.
You just bring the YouTuber into the frame.
But no, she's really blown up in popularity and gotten her, and I've been following her. And so she recently made I was gonna say toy deal, but it's not a toy. But with a group called U2s, and they made a nice little figure of her.
No, oh, that's adorable.
With her with the tentacle, yes, and that's very on brand for her. This is her
Gotcha.
kind of her cat girl avatar.
Yeah, that's cute.
Some of her like more popular videos is called "What the Fuck Japan," where she goes through a bunch of because she lives in Japan right now. She goes through reviewing random like Daiso dollar store stuff and seeing if it's good or bad. And she has this little noisemaker, which was one of the things she picked up in the first video. That says either good or bad. So just an adorable, adorable little figure. And yes, Tentacle Sama is there because early videos was just her and a tentacle. That's all I'm gonna say. You go check out Aki Dearest on YouTube. Part of the kind of the circle group of the Trash Taste podcast, which I know I brought up before in videos. And, she's not on that show, but she's boyfriends with one of the hosts and just part of the squad. So from them, I discovered her. And just scooped at that figure and got real lucky because the pre-orders went out apparently really fucking quick.
Nice, hell yeah. So the next thing that I got. I think I talked about the last few of these issues last time we did a pickup video. I think I picked up the majority of them then. And this is almost the last issue of it. It is Extreme Carnage, the 7th of 8th issue with Agony. So they've been going through with the symbiotes. Cletus Cassie Carnage is essentially like going through was it the web? I don't remember what it's called at this point.
Right.
My memory is failing me at the moment. But essentially he's doing a homecoming thing with all the symbiotes, and he's got this big plan of like taking over. And the only people that are really there to stop him right now is Flash, the newly returned Flash Thompson as Agent Anti-Venom.
Okay.
They actually brought so somebody that was in Flash's original run whenever he was Agent Venom was this character named Andy, and she ended up getting a piece of the symbiote. So she's kind of like been an ongoing character. It was taken from her at one point, but there's some stuff happened. She had like Hellfire powers because of some stuff that happened in Agent Venom. Right. And then during the I think Absolute Carnage event, or it was the King in Black event, she ended up getting attacked by I think it was Screech, and ended up bonding with that symbiote and becoming Scream. Well, through this, she lost Scream from Carnage, like it got destroyed, and so a scientist for the lab that created the anti-venom bonded anti-venom with what remained of the Scream symbiote and gave it to her to bring her back, and so now she's silenced. It's a really cool thing. So it's Silence, Agent Anti-Venom, and then I don't know if you remember Toxin. That was Carnage's offspring. Right. He's in it now. So the three of them are basically up against all these other symbiotes and whatever plans Carnage has for them. So
very cool.
It's been pretty cool. I'm interested to see where all this lands when it's all said and done.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad it's still going on with the symbiote stuff. Obviously, like the movie tie-in with a lot of like introducing Scream. You know, the movie seems to be getting mixed reviews from, people I know at least, but
yeah, I don't know. It was okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I assumed. I still haven't seen it, but
yeah,
I've already heard pretty much everything because in my mind, if I don't go see some opening weekend, I only have so long to say no spoilers.
Exactly, and you might as well spoil it for yourself than have some asshole on the internet spoil it for you.
So, like I said, I already know like the end credit scene and all that, but we'll get. Did we already talk about Venom? I don't fucking remember.
We didn't. No.
We'll do that on another show. I'm sure we'll wrap up some movies talk. But okay. Right. Let's see. Trying to do another little double thing here.
Yep.
This one might be a bit easier for you now. I don't know. But we'll see. Like, take in mind that if you were still doing one of these on a regular, maybe for your choice, cosplay or comics.
I mean,
cut one out, I guess.
That's like cutting one out.
I guess, or like choosing one or the other. Like, yeah.
So the I don't know. It's one of these things, right? Because I've gone several years without cosplaying, which is sad, and I would like to at some point maybe get back into it. I've honestly been thinking about it with the Adventure Zone and everything, but I mean, I still read comics on a semi-regular basis.
Right.
And kind of like keeping in the know. So I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to stick with comics. Right now. Yeah.
That's fair. And I'm still going heavy on cosplay, and I still buy my comics every week. So, but if I had to like say, and I guess like as far as choosing one or the other, that means like I said, like I just had to.
So this is a harder decision for you.
A little bit, but surprisingly enough, I kind of knew my answer right away. Like don't get it wrong, it would suck. But if I had to cut one, I'd cut comics.
Yeah.
I honestly believe I could cut. I would, because I enjoy my comics.
Oh yeah.
For sure, but like I don't know, there's something about the crafting, the cosplay, the fun at the conventions. You know what?
Oh yeah.
I can buy a shit ton of toys, even if I don't buy the comics.
True. That's true.
I still collect, even if I don't get toys. And speaking of toys, oh sorry, and that question was from Joe McLaughlin.
Right.
My buddy Joe. So he asked that one. I'm trying to be mean, but it's okay. It's okay because I knew exactly what I wanted. And I wasn't too surprised with you. We've had a blast cosplaying together. You're the reason I started cosplaying.
Yeah. And I mean, that's another big like part of cosplay and everything is like it's a community, and especially whenever you have friends and stuff to cosplay with, like it's even better, like so
shout out to my Justice League Arkansas cosplay group, who took me in after Jerry abandoned me for the West Coast.
I'm still salty about not having any pictures of the Adventure Zone cosplays.
Honestly, you got a good one, but I still don't like. I know we both shared it on social media for those who follow us, at least on Facebook. I don't know if you put it anywhere else, but us as Duck Newton and I'm going
Ned Chicane.
Ned Chicane, or the lumberjack guy with a Wookiee mask and the random park ranger with a sword. For those who didn't know who the hell we were, but for the three people, I think we got stopped twice. Who knew who we were? Y'all are the bestest. But again, if I had to cut one, comics or cosplay, I would cut comics because I got plenty of toys, and I get plenty of good toys from my friends, much like Jerry Smith, or such as Jerry Smith. So the next thing I want.
I'm not one of your toys, Sean.
You are my toy. You're my boy toy. You know that. Next thing I want to show on that I got recently was actually a gift from Jerry. We have an SH figure art of Kamen Rider Kiva, who is,
nice.
Again, I prefer Kamen Rider over Super Sentai, and this one is probably my favorite. He is my favorite Kamen Rider. I love the dark story of him.
Way better than I thought.
Oh, dude, it's you try not to get it blurry, but like you can see, he's got the different drivers on both sides of the belt.
Yeah.
Got the upside down bat main driver, and like the chain leg comes off for his rider kick boot.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So he can float upside, which still to me is also one of the coolest rider kicks. Because just how him hanging upside down before just drilling into him. But on top of that, you got a pretty cool base for him. That as soon as I can find my damn figure art claws that hold him in place, he'll have a proper stand.
Yeah.
But you as well included a Kamen Rider Kiva logo, just a standing logo. So
I figured that'd be a nice touch.
It is. So once he gets some proper display, and of course being figure arts, there's came in a swanky ass box too.
That is a dope box. Yeah.
Really nice, but it also of course comes with just multiple hands to switch in and out of. So yeah, he's awesome. I love it, and I appreciate it greatly, Mr. Jerry.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. I'm glad you like it. So, keeping in the vein of what I did last, they actually, since the last time I was at Arcane, released the last issue of Extreme Carnage. Extreme Carnage Omega.
With a Scotty Young cover too, no less.
Yeah, so he actually told me apparently they didn't get any of the original covers. All they got were the Scotty Young. Okay. I'm not mad about it.
No, that's
I feel like this character is a bit of a spoiler for it, though.
Oh, really?
I haven't read it, but they're multicolored, so I don't know. I guess we'll see. If not, I'm intrigued regardless. So we will see how it goes.
Still very cool nonetheless. All right, let's get back to just some regular questions here. Going back to our buddy Mike Del Vecchio.
Yes.
Which, if we had thought more about this in time, because after all those One Piece specials, I damn near feel like he's the unofficial third member of the Yokai Delinquents. Right. But he asked, dream cosplay you've always wanted to do, but just haven't for whatever reason. What would be your dream cosplay that... And I guess, he asked, we haven't done for a reason. So let's try not to think about, if I had $1 million, I could make custom Kamen Rider armor. But, what's something within the realm of our abilities that we love to do that we just haven't?
Man, for me, it's definitely got to be anything really would fucking love to do a Kamen Rider outfit, Kamen Rider cosplay.
Right.
100%. I would more than likely probably fours would be the number one. A number two pick, something just because I don't know, I'm not in shape for it in my opinion, is probably Scarlet Spider. That tight spandex is pretty unforgiving. So
well, okay, and granted, I'm not here to judge anybody about weight or anything.
Yeah.
Just I want to point out, donned. You wore a very similar costume when you did the crawler.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny because I had that one, and then I had two other that had spandex in Electro and Red Lantern.
Right.
But yeah, I know it was the crawler one was pretty close in par with the hoodie and the tights.
Yeah, exactly. So let's throw that out.
Yeah.
But I believe that would be great. This old school Ben Reilly, Scarlet Spider. Yeah. I love the hoodie look. Even though I know I don't know if the views have changed on that arc. I'm used to talking anime arcs. In that storyline with the original Ben Reilly storyline, but I always loved that costume.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so good, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I've always dug the hell out of it. For me, again, yeah, if I had hundreds of dollars in talent to make armor, of course, I would love to do uh, Champ, Q Ranger Black. You know,
Oh
the
yes.
wrestling heavyweight champion of the universe, the Bull.
Mm-hmm,
Of
mm-hmm.
course, I would love to do something like that. Uh, One I've started in my head, and part of it is I'm not in the shape for it. But
Right.
honestly, I still want to do a Nomu from My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like
I
I
remember that was
could
on the
do it.
plate for a little bit.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I could, and I can. I just
Hmm.
different issues have arisen. But like if I and like the head, I want to do like literally the Nomu that All Might fought in season 1
Yeah.
and the early comics with the brain and the long beak kind of mouth. And I feel
Hmm.
like I can. It's just man, it's once I get started on the planning, it just starts making me feel like I can't do this. Secondary one honestly would be Doc Ock,
Oh yeah.
and like not movie version. I definitely would. I want to do the Eric Larson where he's in a suit. Like
Yeah.
he always drew him in like a 3-piece suit with the arms busting out the sides.
Yeah.
Bowl cut. I actually got hair now, so can pull that off without a wig. But yeah, I would say
You got
Doc Ock would be another
hair.
one.
Yeah. That'd be fun. I feel like having like the arms and stuff, if they were kind of like puppeted by
Yeah.
your arms, would be fun.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Or I could but then again, every time you think of a cosplay you really want to do, then you see someone do it and they do it amazingly. You're like, I'm not even
Yeah.
fucking try. There at SpotCon, there was a Doc Ock, and he actually had retractable arms that would go back into like a backpack,
Well,
like they were like mechanical. It
what the
was
fuck?
fucking impressive. I didn't.
Yeah.
My dumbass was too busy staring. I didn't even get a picture of him. He was pretty sick though.
Since you brought up Doc Ock, though, I forgot of one that I was wanting to do back whenever we did like our villain stuff
Yeah,
when I did Electro. I originally wanted to do Shocker.
yeah,
I
yeah. You did.
I've just had a fascination with Shocker and have wanted to do that costume. It's so dope. But just I don't know, couldn't
Yeah.
figure out logistics for it.
So yet another misfit villain that you just love and a shocker.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Right? But speaking of SpaCon, my big
Yes.
pickup for that show, and it was
Mm-hmm.
something I shared this on social media, but just in case y'all might not have seen it, you can see
Mm-hmm.
back there. There's a female Freddy and Jason. I can never say that company name.
Wikia.
Yeah. Lana, you got me for a birthday like decade ago, whatever, like probably early in our
Yeah.
friendship.
Yeah.
So, and those are not the cheapest, but I got a good deal.
Let me tell that story real
Oh,
quick because
okay.
that was really fun. So it was Jason and was it Jason and Freddie?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So it's Sean's birthday. He's hanging over at the house and everything, and me and the roommates like chipped in on this. So I brought out the Freddie and I was like, "Happy birthday, Sean!" And he was like already all excited about it. And then I pulled out the Jason one and was like, "Happy birthday!" I was like, "Oh my god!" It was adorable.
I think
I
if I
figured
do
you
remember, you held off on Jason because you were hoping I would be
yeah
like, oh man, now I need Jason. But
yeah
instead of
yeah
just so content with just Freddy, like
yeah.
thank you so
I know,
much.
right?
You're like, well, fine, we're
Fuck
not
you for
gonna
being
have.
good.
Well, but
Yeah.
now in a team up that happened in the comics, but never and was supposed to be a movie, at least rumored. I picked
Mhm.
up Ash.
Nice.
So we got
Yeah.
just a lack of a better term, sexy Ash. That's the line. Just beautiful women as horror movie icons. So this one,
Agreed.
I will say this because the funny thing about those, they gave them blood for Freddy and like green, I guess swamp water. I don't know bases that are like magnetized, and they
Hmm.
don't stand up for shit. Like Freddy will fall
Right.
over if I don't lean her against Jason. They
Hmm.
finally hooked up the bases proper. This is just a
Jesus
solid
Christ.
piece. And also you
Yeah.
can see the Necronomicon back there,
Oh.
as well as the chain keeping the cellar closed is actual like movable chain
Oh,
too. So
that's fucking awesome.
good quality. And for those of you out there who know this line, I got it for less than $100, which is pretty damn good for this line.
Damn.
So
Hell yeah.
yeah, I had to
So now
scoop
you
her
just
up.
need Pinhead and Chucky,
And Michael
um,
Myers and Leatherface
Michael Myers.
and Edward Scissorhands and Beetle. There's a bunch.
Yeah,
It's not.
I forgot they did a Beetlejuice.
It's not a line I'm going to be like hunting regularly, but if I come across a good deal, gonna scoop them up.
Right.
Because you started this, Jared. It's your fault.
So the last thing that I have, and I am honestly probably the most excited about this out of all my pickups for today, and you will soon know why. So, Amazing Spider-Man 75, right?
Yeah.
And the special thing about this issue is it's the start of Ben Reilly as Spider-Man.
Okay, that's his new costume?
Yep.
I prefer the hoodie. I'm going to say it.
I did. But that's his Scarlet Spider, and he's taking over as Spider-Man. Yeah,
I do like that his Spider logo is off-centered like the hoodie did. So
yeah,
at least you gotta call that. But that's an awesome cover, though.
Yeah. So it was kind of cool. I was on Twitter and I saw I guess an editor for Marvel that made a post about like, oh, here's all the covers for our Ben Reilly Spider-Man series, and it drops on this date or whatever. And I kind of commented on it, and I was like, hey, as somebody that's like hasn't checked out Ben Reilly in a little bit, I've read like his original stuff, and then I read the last Scarlet Spider. Is there like some good Ben Reilly stuff I can like get to scratch that itch until this comes out? And he was like, oh yeah, like Amazing Spider-Man 75 that dropped this month. Pick it up. And this is the beginning of the Beyond. It's chapter 1 of Beyond storyline. Yeah. So I'm really hyped to read it and see what all is going on in it. Because the last time I saw Ben Reilly, I think was Spider-Geddon. Some shit went down. So.
Well, a title called Spider-Geddon, if I can get that word out, because spiders. I imagine some shit probably went down in Spider-Geddon, which sounds horrible to me. But that's awesome. Is that is it the angle throwing me off, or is that like a deluxe, a bigger size, or is it a normal size comic?
Oh yeah, no, it's thick. It's a thick boy.
Okay, I said it looked like it was a pretty big issue. So very cool. All right. Well, since you don't have anything else to show off, we will get back to questions, and I will go through these a little quick because some of them are part of the set. So
yeah, it's fine.
All right, let's go back to Armand Xavier Brooks with a more, as they said, a more serious question this time. Have you seen all of the Studio Ghibli films? And if so, which is your favorite? I know I haven't seen all of them, but I can tell you some of my favorites that, probably my favorite one. But what about you? What's your favorite Studio
Definitely, Ghibli? I definitely haven't seen all. I've looked at that list on HBO several times, and I'm like, man, I really want to watch some of these. I think the biggest one that I need to watch that I think that I'll really like is Castle in the Sky.
Oh, I think it's seen that one.
It's the next big one that I have. Yeah, but my favorite overall, I know it's one of those. It's like one of the most popular ones is Princess Mononoke.
Yeah, but it's popular for a reason. Yeah, that's a damn good choice.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like it's the first one that I ever saw because it used to air on IFC occasionally, I believe so.
I think so. Back when IFC showed independent films.
Yeah. And, I mean, I guess with Ghibli movies, we kind of have that where we don't necessarily want to watch it with the subtitles. We watch the English dub because they always get, really good voice actors for everything.
Sorry, Joe. Yeah, you can't go wrong with the dub on Ghibli. They get quality actors usually. Yeah. There's sometimes maybe a little iffy, but overall, I saw Mononoke in theaters at the indie film theater we used to have here in Arkansas, out in Little Rock. I saw it dubbed, so that's how I've always known it. But that's a damn good one.
My favorite. Love it.
I've not seen them all because even this month, for those who follow me on social media, I'm doing anime films as opposed to my horror movie marathon because I have that podcast with our buddy Craig, Macabre Matinee, on this channel. So I do. So I actually watched the new one, which being new, it can't take number one, but damn it if it didn't jump up is Whisper of the Heart. I'd never seen that one before. It's
Guess I haven't either.
It's one of his older films. And
yeah.
I watched it. Ridiculously good. Coming of age story that Miyazaki just fucking nails every time. Highly recommend that one. But for favorite, because honestly, if I hadn't rewatched the one I'm about to list, I might have said Mononoke, because that's so damn good. But dude, Spirited Away hits every time, man.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the ones requested for this month's thing, so I watched it again recently in English.
Yeah.
And it's so damn good. Gorgeous animation. And of course, all the yokai. That's kind of our bag.
right. I actually got to ask, did you watch Redline yet?
Not yet. That's coming, I believe, tomorrow. As
nice.
the time of this recording. I believe that's tomorrow.
I also noticed, just that we're on the subject of anime movies, and Armand asked this question, that you actually recommended Summer Days with Ku.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not only did he watch the film, he bought the film blind, just off my recommendation.
Right.
And I felt like, and I had to do a double feature that day, and I'll be honest, I cheated. I could have did a review of course, I could do a review of Summer Days with Ku without ever watching it, because I love that film. You gifted me the Blu-ray DVD combo, and
so good.
He got the same one apparently, because he's like, okay, I didn't know I was getting both, so someone's getting the DVD copy because this has to be spread. And he gave a glowing review, and I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna copy paste because it's true, everything he said. Yeah, I'm glad he liked it.
Beautiful movie.
Oh yeah, that's the most. He quoted me in my favorite saying about Summer Days with Ku. That's the most Ghibli film not made by Ghibli.
Right.
All right. Well, since you're out of stuff, let's just throw a couple things here real quick. First was
I've got a Mike's.
You got a Mike's Hard Lemonade, raspberry lemonade or something. What is that? I've seen the purple. What's the flavor?
It's hard black cherry lemonade.
Hard black cherry. Okay.
Yeah. It's delicious. This episode sponsored by Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Pay us.
Get us. Give us our check.
First thing I want to show real quick is a T-shirt that does not fit me, but it'll be going to the wife. But booth across from us, who the artist, of course, Mally Jenks, I almost forgot her name, did one of my Kappa sketches, which I'm not sure if I've shown those on video, so I'm actually going to do those real quick after this. Just kind of run through a quick one, because I know she did one in there earlier this year. So, but just in case. But apparently they get a lot of stuff from Japan and sell at their booth, as well as her wonderful art. And her boyfriend, male partner, husband, I'm not sure of their situation, came to me like, he knows I'm a Final Fantasy guy. Because at conventions you're going to find out quick if you're selling Japanese stuff. But first they're like, got Final Fantasy? Yeah, so he just came and was like, I got a shirt. They sent me the wrong size. Do you just want it? I was like, yeah. No question. I didn't even see it yet. And it's the Final Fantasy VII doing the look back bead.
I love that.
Yeah, it's just adorable. And I like, that's awesome. Even if my wife didn't want it, it's something I would just have in the closet because it's Final Fantasy related. But with that, speaking of the sketchbook real quick, which also from one of the contributing artists, I got this pixelated Kappa from My Cartoon Addiction. Let's get to that real quick like here. But Mally Jenks did this Kappa sketch.
Oh, so cute.
This one, Kappa enjoys, I'm assuming, a tobacco pipe of
sure.
on a mushroom. My buddy Kevin, part of the Kapow crew. Jake, the artist going forward on Vengeance Emergence, the comic I did the cover for, did this at Larry's convention, not just another Comic-Con.
Nice.
Copycat art did the best yaoi Kappa we'll ever get.
Amazing. That looks honestly like it belongs in Ghost Reaper Girl. Like it looks like one of the Ghost Reaper Girl like upgrades
Dude, I would not be
or
mad
characters.
if she got a Kappa Guardian. I would not be mad at all.
Yeah, yeah.
But oh yeah, trying to read the signatures so I can remember who drew it. At Spock On, I got this Kappa from Cartoons by Andy.
He's got cucumbers on his eyes.
And enjoying his cucumber. Just adorable. Yep. And then my cartoon addiction did this one as well. She says she doesn't usually do, and some I've run into, and I get it, but I'm glad she still wants to practice. A lot of digital artists don't practice much in the physical medium anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm encountering that at these shows when I'm trying to get this sketchbook done. I always ask, like, do you do physical drawing? Because I get it. She's like, I do. I'm not confident in it, and I don't have anything. I'm like, well, I brought my sketch. I always bring my drawing stuff in case someone wants to get a commission from me. So I brought her the supplies, and she did this amazingly cute Kappa in a little pond.
That's adorable.
Yeah. So
you should for those digital artists, you should see how much they do for just like their digital commissions.
Yeah.
And then like print it out and like put it in your.
Yeah. Well, you know what? In my own asshole-ish way, I'm making them better artists for drawing in the old way, Jerry.
Get the fuck out of here.
I know, right? Imagine if I was serious. Like I said, usually, like the only time I say anything, and I don't say anything negative, but if I feel like that sucks because I really like their art, but they don't, hey, I get it. She even was like, for digital artists out there listening, I'm sure y'all feel this pain, and I'm learning as I'm practicing my digital art. She was like, the whole time I was drawing, and I was just like, where's the like the back button to undo button so you can undo your last stroke.
That's great.
She killed it. I was super happy with it. All right, let's see. We'll go back to one of the pick twos. Joe McLaughlin also asked. A lot of my same friends ask things, so you're gonna hear names repeated. Ice or no ice in your drink? Hard-hitting questions, Jerry.
No. How do I?
Okay, let's say because I know certain say alcoholic drinks pretty much require it to be watered down, but drinks that are an optional, like a soda. You're getting a soda at a restaurant, and you're at your own personal machine. You ain't got to no one's bringing it to you. Do you do the ice, Jerry, or do you go straight from the tap?
Oh no, that's chaotic. I have to have at least a little ice. If it's something like that, like you said, soda or something like that. Yes, ice sounds good. For Starbucks beverages, for the cold ones, light ice is preferable. The only type of alcoholic beverages is anything that I mix with soda. I won't use ice because I don't like to water it down.
Right.
So I have Whiskey Stone cubes, which are really good. So I guess that's technically a no ice. But yeah, if I'm just drinking water at home, then yeah, no ice. No ice. I hardly ever use ice at home. I always use Whiskey Stones unless we're having margaritas or something.
Right. For me, non-alcoholic drinker. I'm never gonna say no ice to a waiter or waitress or server. We'll just do that for the gender-neutral term. I accept the ice and whatever, but if I'm at the machine and I have my own cup and I gotta serve myself, ain't no fucking ice going in this cup because I want more drink because I'm lazy. I don't want to get back up quickly. And right now, I got got my thermos with my cold water that was cold out the fridge, so it doesn't need ice. It's cold out the machine, cold out the thing. No ice. Fuck ice.
I think ice and water is just so fucking weird. I don't know. That's just an odd thing to me. I mean, and ice and water at restaurants is fine, whatever. It keeps it cold, it melts, it's still the same fucking taste.
Right.
But
soda, yeah. I am, like I said, even though I quit sodas a long time ago, but I'm still on them a little bit, not gonna lie. I fell off that wagon, but trying to keep it to the minimum. But when I drank sodas, also, it wasn't necessarily because I need more soda, because hell, you go to a gas station and you get the big gulp that's a million miles tall for 99 cents.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't put any ice in that shit. Just because I don't like watered down flavor. I don't mind water in my water down, but even then, I just don't. Ice. I'm not a nice guy. I guess not.
Yeah. And I will say something for the maniacs out there. Don't fucking put ice in your wine, people.
That's a
don't
thing.
don't ice cube your wine. If it's warm and you prefer it cold, just fucking wait. Or get one of those really cool like cups that like I bought some for Steph, right?
Right.
And they're those like double thick that have the gel that you put in the freezer and it freezes.
Right.
They're so fucking great. I got her a set of 2. They last for so long.
Right. Again.
Yeah.
And even like you said, there's alternative options to ice that I don't feel like is necessary. Now,
Right.
I'd rather use that, even though I don't do that either. Like I just drink it cold,
Yeah.
and when I drink my water, I'm downing that shit so fast it don't have time to melt. It's cold.
And that's a good alternative for wine drinkers too. Get like whiskey cubes or something like that instead of ice.
Or be an adult and drink real alcohol. I don't fucking know. I don't drink any alcohol.
Yeah, I don't.
That's all I had. All right, I'm gonna rapid fire a few things because we've all been there when we have varied interests in life, and you say like, you know what, I collect a variety of stuff and things in my life, but I like this thing very much, but I'm not gonna collect stuff. I got enough. I don't need more figures.
You did it, didn't you?
I did a thing. I'm a fan of professional wrestling. And yeah, I know. I'm not allowed to talk on the show where Jerry yells at me because he only likes people fighting in spandex when it's Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, but not real people. Like implied they're not real people. Anyway, yeah. So I started a thing. Technically, it started when Larry gifted me one, but I managed to avoid them until recently. But
oh boy.
Yeah. So I started collecting some of my favorite wrestlers in the current era. So we have WWE's Asuka. They got which the thing about wrestling figures is, and again because it's still in package, you're not gonna be able to see. Capturing likenesses has always been horrible.
Oh yeah.
But the technology has gotten I know you can't. For those on the thing trying to show they nailed her look. So
yeah,
I picked that up, and then of course their rival company, All Elite Wrestling, has their figures, who also make very good figures. So we got AEW's former women's champion, damn it, Sheeta. I would forget how to say her name, but again, damn good likeness of her in the figure, so I had to get that. So of course, because I get I got 2 wrestling figures. Got to go for one of my current favorite tag teams, and Santana and Ortiz. This is pre-Inner Circle era for those of you following AEW wrestling. But a couple of Puerto Rican badasses. I fucking love them. And
nice.
You'll be seeing more in the next wave because I'm a fan of a group in AEW called the Dark Order. Those follow me on social media see my cosplay. I did Evil Uno recently. For those who don't know what it was, luchador in a suit with a title belt. The entire next wave of their figures is that group, from my understanding. So I gotta get all of them. So I collect wrestling figures now, Jerry.
Apparently so. News to me.
But well, I will say though, because we were talking about the figure arts, and what I've really liked about these wrestling figures in both companies, you see alternate head, hands, accessories.
Oh man,
the posability. These are damn near like Americanized SH figure arts. They all have alternate stuff. If I ever cracked them open, they got
awesome.
So
toys have come a long way in America. I don't know. I know you have. I'm just saying, I don't know in general, if our audience hasn't seen it, but Toys That Made Us is a fucking amazing show on Netflix. And they actually go into the history of wrestling toys.
They did. That was a great episode.
Yeah. So, highly recommend anyone checking that out. In the realm of toys and everything, and Marvel and all this shit that we've been talking about today. They actually had a Hasbro convention this last week or a weekend, so I follow Donnie Cates on Twitter, and that dude tweets a fuck ton, and he mentioned a while back that he was actually working on some secret stuff with Marvel Legend.
Oh.
And they finally revealed what it was, and him and Ryan Stegman actually got to give some thoughts and stuff on a Knoll figure from King in Black.
Oh, I did hear
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And the sculpt for it, I don't know if Marvel Legends just stepped up a notch, or maybe they've been doing really well lately, so they decided to, because it kind of got to a point for a little while there where some of the body sculpts were starting to just kind of be the same. It's just kind of a recolor with some other accessories or whatever.
Right.
But some of the newer stuff, they're also doing the classics. I don't know if you remember the classics Marvel Legends line, where they were the completely plastic package.
Yeah.
They're remaking some of their Marvel Legends classics, and the first two they're doing is Captain America and Iron Man. Which I had the Iron Man figure. It's really cool. They actually, he had his mask where you could just pull it off and his face is there. But because of all the advances and stuff that Hasbro's done with their toys, it's just he has a separate head that's just like the Tony Stark head.
Right.
But he still comes with the same accessories and stuff. And then they have a classic animated X-Men line that they're doing now.
Oh.
And I think the first two they announced are Wolverine and Jubilee. The cool thing is the packaging is a VHS tape. Yep.
Don't tell me that.
Yep, it's in the format of a VHS tape for the animated X-Men series with the character on it, and then you slide it open and it has yep.
Dude, this wasn't even going to be a part of this video, but you had to say the 3 letters.
Okay. Sean's off camera right now. He's picking something up, and
I never intended to start a VHS tape collection.
Oh my god.
I found some cheap, and just found some donations.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So now you're going to tell me they're doing X-Men in VHS tape boxes?
Yeah.
I have to get them? And for all the true nerds out there, this is actually what started it. Actual clamshell Nightmare Before Christmas.
Clear this up for me, because I'm thinking I'm having real Mandela effect thing going on here.
Yes, sir.
What color was Zero's nose?
I've never watched that movie.
And Nightmare Before Christmas?
No, what's that?
Sean, please.
Honestly, I know it glows red. For the reference.
Don't look at the box. Don't look at the box.
Well, I don't fucking know off the top of my head, Jerry. Yellow?
His nose is a fucking orange pumpkin.
Oh, that makes sense.
It doesn't to me, because in my mind it was always red. He always had a red nose like fucking Rudolph.
I don't think.
And somebody brought it up online.
I don't think he did until Jack went full Santa.
I don't know. I gotta rewatch that movie.
Well,
my whole life's a lie.
I'm gonna look at the movie, Jerry.
Yeah.
He's not on the box at all.
That's so anticlimactic.
Hey, you know what? That's life. Can't all be great. Okay, but yeah, again, we talk about these as American SH figure arts, but they're also only $20. So, toys out there. I mean, if you guys have remember your toys from back in the day being basic as hell, Power Rangers are like this now too. American Power Ranger toys look like SH figure art, so toys have really stepped it up. If that's your thing, clearly.
I have really fought myself in getting any of those Hasbro Power Ranger figures. I really have.
You know they reissued the head flip morphers.
Yeah, I saw that. God damn it! I think they also re-released the Ninja Turtles that went from Turtle to Ninja Turtle.
I think so. Yeah, they've been getting a lot of Ninja Turtle stuff up at Kapow here lately, and I've been seeing some of the newer stuff as well. They have a nice little 4-box set of them in their black and white original look.
Yeah,
with the red masks and stuff. If I was a bigger turtle guy, I would have probably already scooped that up. and
then they did the comic book crossover with Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles, and released all the turtles in the Power Ranger outfits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
nice.
they did two sets for each one. Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Nice.
I think one of the last ones that they announced was it Shredder as the Green Ranger? I think so. That sounds right.
Well,
It was either that or it was Tommy as Shredder. I can't remember. It was a combination of those two characters.
With the weird headpiece kind of helmet there.
Yeah.
I would rather have seen Shredder as was it not Zordon, Zed?
Lord Zed.
Lord Zed. As in
That would have been dope.
Kind of a combo.
Yeah, right.
But that's the extent of my Power Ranger knowledge. All right, let's look at the list here. All right, another one from Mike Del Vecchio. I'm just going down the list, so they're repeating names, but we got more people.
Right.
Best live action version of an anime, and it says and then vice versa. I'm not sure what he means by that. If that's like worst, also, or I don't know any animated version of a live action franchise. I'm not sure.
I think he means like best live action or anime that was turned into a live action.
Yeah.
So like best live action. I mean, it's easy for me. Okay. If you have an answer, go for it.
Oh, best live action of an anime, top of my head, Battle Angel.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
And that one was good adaptation, good quality, and American production. Especially give it credit. So I still think that's probably the best one.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. The one for me, and I think it was just because it was one of the easier anime things to adapt, was the Erase series. I will fucking swear by it.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah. I will die on that hill until more people watch it.
I need to. I know it's still on Netflix, I think, so there's no reason I haven't, other than reasons.
Sounds about right.
Next thing going on. Character I'm excited for. Not something I was hunting, but my buddy Jesse, as y'all remember from he was a guest on our show. Works at Kapow. He's the new Jerry. Stumbled across it. He's like, "You want it?" I said, "Yes." She-Hulk.
Oh.
With the upcoming series logo too. So I don't know if this is going to be any basis of her look for the show or not, but yeah, nice little thing. I can't
tell you how many fucking times I went to Amazon and debated on sending you that figure.
Oh.
Because they also had a gray She-Hulk as well, but I think since that's the newer one, I think it's a better sculpt.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I've got a couple other She-Hulk figures, and again, it's not something I hunt, but if there's a good deal and I see it there, I scoop her up. So we'll never be mad about She-Hulk figures. I'm gonna throw that out there.
Is that your only Marvel Legends figure? Or do you have more?
Oh no! I've got you're gonna make me stand up and go get them. Okay.
Go get them.
Get them. Woo. We got Mohawk Storm, which is Best Storm.
Yep.
We got Nico from the Runaways.
Oh yeah.
With the build Doramu
piece.
Who's Storm supposed to build? Apocalypse, part of the Apocalypse
build
line. And I believe this is early wave Legends before they switched to this style. But, long shot.
Yes, long shot. That's right.
When your shocker is my long shot, because nobody likes long shot. But he was one of my favorites from back in that era of X-Men.
Yeah. Did She-Hulk come with the Build-A-Figure?
Nope. She's not even part of a set. It's just She-Hulk.
Oh.
So I do believe, because I know that's the logo they showed for her upcoming series.
Right.
I also think it's just kind of a tie-in of like, hey, don't forget. And it's again, SH Figure Art hands and replaceable head, and I mean, again, their quality of figures have certainly gone up. Okay, we'll get to another question and discussion here. Let me find out where I lost my place. Okay. Drew Patram also asks, again, imagine this. It's about Tokusatsu.
Oh,
Best Kamen Rider in your opinion, which I think we actually mentioned these. We might have already answered that.
Yeah.
But to clarify, just to answer.
Yep. Yeah. For me, it's definitely fours, 100%. It's just like that whole like, spirit of a character of like, I'm gonna be your friend, like no matter what you say or whatever. Like
Right.
I'm gonna friend you, or I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, and then we're gonna be friends or whatever. It's just such a great like trope of a character. Plus, he's that fucking lovable fucking delinquent goof character.
Right.
That I just really enjoy. I really like the community that they put together for the Kamen Rider Club in that show, of just like groups of people that are not perfect. They're all kind of like outcasts in their own way and have their own issues. And yeah, it was really interesting because it was like a team of characters. Because Kamen Riders, in the past have always had kind of like a support group of people with them. And this one's just really great. I like the idea of him having a whole like team of people that helps him out. Plus, like, and I think I mentioned this in the past, but like the first time I ever saw anything on this character, I was like, stupid. I don't like the look. It's so goofy. I don't get it. And then I watched it for the first time, and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
It's just yeah.
Yeah, from the little I've seen of the show, and I recently watched. They released a movie
Yeah.
where he crossed over with.
Was that O's or Wizard?
I think it was O's. I think it was O's
Yeah.
because it had the coins, I believe.
Yeah, it was the Once Future or
Yeah,
whatever
like
movie.
the Tokusatsu official YouTube channel released a movie, and like
That was the one where they introduced Nadeshiko, right?
the the lady,
Yeah.
female force, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
which was amazing because she just put wrestling moves on people and it was fucking hilarious.
So good.
But yeah, but seeing the supporting cast and again, like from your descriptions and what I've seen, this is, I think Forza is the most anime Kamen Rider I've seen, and it's not
Yeah.
that's not a bad thing at all. So
Right.
here's something
Right.
interesting for you. My, I'm taking this question as who is the best Kamen Rider, and it's actually not my favorite Kamen Rider.
Mm.
For the little I've seen, I've not seen enough full series, but of the two, I would say I've seen, I fully got invested in.
Yeah.
I think Ghost is a better Kamen Rider as far as the franchise with supporting characters, the gimmicks, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Over Kiva. Kiva is my favorite, and I know Ghost is very divisive amongst Kamen Rider fan base.
Oh yeah.
And as we've said before, fuck the fans. For me, honestly, I think Ghost is a better Kamen Rider, but Kiva is my favorite.
Yeah, and I'll argue that like up there is also stronger. Kamen Rider stronger.
Yeah, but he's also your other favorite.
Listen, sir. O's was a really good one too. I mean, that character was like willing to just sacrifice himself by the end of the series.
Right.
And even like lost the power to transform and everything. I think that's actually where that movie took place, is like right after. I want to say O's came right after Fours, or Fours came right after O's. So
Okay. Well,
yeah.
all right. We got a few more things. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and knock them out because I'm really enjoying these discussions.
Yeah.
So I picked this up recently for reading. It's a series we both read, but I think we both gave up because of the release schedule and the depth of story that came out of it.
Mm-hmm.
That is Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah.
Because I know I was reading it by nefarious means as it was releasing, but once it really started getting deeper into it, and it was only released like once a month, if not more, I just couldn't keep up. I was forgetting what was happening between chapters.
Mm-hmm.
So now, and they've released a hardbound omnibus for like $50, and I'm sure that's great. I'm sure, but for some reason that didn't click. But this is 3 collections, tankobon, whatever you want to call them, in one for $20. And that's the only,
Nice.
I mean, regular manga volumes cost damn near $15. So had to get it. I've already started to see my receipt bookmark. I can't find
Right.
bookmarks. I'm reading multiple books. But yeah, really digging, getting back into it. Still pretty early.
Yeah.
But because it was a series I fell off of, but from hearing like the Trash Taste podcast talking about, because the manga ended a few months ago, and one of them was reading it in Japanese, because he can read Japanese, and he was like, it made up for any complaints we had early on. It got answered. Like, I'm sure there's some loose threads, but like it made up for it, and he called it a modern masterpiece.
Oh,
so I'm like, you know what? This is an affordable collection. I'm gonna give it a read, and it's been good to dive back in. I'm gonna be probably a few volumes into these omnibus before I get to what I haven't read, because I read it for a while.
Yeah.
But and last things real quick. Just continuing the Savage Dragon figure collection that you helped start as well. Get a Super Patriot, even though they credit Spawn, he's Savage Dragon. I'm pretty sure he debuted in Savage Dragon. I could be remembering wrong.
That's funny.
And to continue also my collection of getting figures of stuff I've cosplayed. I debuted Grifter this year.
Hell yeah.
So I had to scoop up a Grifter figure. But yeah, that's as far as the swag goes. And, my recent collection. I'm sure there's something I'm probably forgetting about, but I think it's enough showing off what I waste money on. You got something?
So yeah, his first appearance was actually in Savage Dragon #1.
I thought so. I was pretty certain of that, but granted, I know Spawn's more important than Savage Dragon in the Image world. And of course, McFarlane was making those figures before anybody else was making Image figures, so it is what it is. But damn it, give Savage Dragon his due. I want 50 million variant covers like they gave Spawn for issue 300 when Savage Dragon hits 300. All right, let's see here. Again, Joe with the hard-hitting questions.
Okay.
Popcorn, butter or no butter?
No butter.
Come on, Joe. Satan? No butter?
No butter. I said butter.
I think you said no butter. Like, bro,
Sean,
are you okay?
butter, but no ice.
I don't like ice in my popcorn either, man. That's fucking disgusting. Yeah. All right, let's get back to some of the questions here. Okay, actually, we got one more. And this is to show somebody, our good buddy, Nathan Mobley, doesn't listen to the old episodes. But I think this is a fitting end. Well, we're going to wrap up the episode with this, our 1 year celebration, even though we've gone over a year.
Okay.
He asked, the beginning of it all, how you and Jerry met and what led up to the creation of the Yokai Delinquents. Now, our first 2 episodes was our origin story, so you should go back and listen. But
yeah, Nathan, what the hell?
What's up, bruh? You don't listen to our catalog? But yeah, well, a store we've mentioned quite often on this show, Kapow Comics, my still local comic shop.
Right.
I'm one of the oldest customers coming there, and not just by age, because I'm old as shit, but I mean as far as actually shopping at the store. Even though honestly, I don't think I was a steady shopper until you became employed. I met you through Kapow, at least I befriended you through Kapow. We're not going to bring up the horrible customer service I gave you at GameStop. It was the first time I think we actually...
I was going to bring it up, but okay.
Yeah. You can't? Yeah, I was an asshole. I don't care. Fuck GameStop.
Listen, it was snowing that day, and I completely understood.
I didn't want to drive home in my hilly-ass area after working for minimum wage the fucking meth heads of Jacksonville. Fuck them. Sorry, Jerry. But yeah, I met you through Kapow. And mutual love of One Piece, which, from what I can tell, is how you made 90% of your friend base, at least early on. And
there are still people out there. It's like when Zeus kind of just spread his seed, and there are many.
No, don't go with this analogy. No. You are not telling us about you spread your seed over all your friends.
Every person that watches One Piece in Arkansas has roots that come back to me. I'm just kidding.
Johnny Appleseed, like, okay, he dropped the seeds, not spread your seed. Jerry, fuck's sake. Well,
you're welcome.
But yeah, it was honestly, I never thought I would have a hangout at a store like that. Because working retail, I've had customers who want to sit and talk to me. I'm a lovable guy. People like talking to me. I'm not being an asshole about ice. But yeah, you made me, and this is how we met Craig, Caleb, this all sorts of names that don't even hang with us anymore. You made us
Mm-hmm.
feel welcome at the shop, and we, and Matt at that time, he even liked talking to us. Not anymore,
Yeah.
but but it's become a tradition now. But yeah, that's what got us, got us loose talking. I remember
Mm-hmm.
you. I used to make the joke that you bought your way into my heart because you commissioned some art from me, the perler beads that I used to do. But yeah,
I still have one. Hold on.
still has
Well,
one.
I have all of them,
Yeah,
but I haven't got them all put up. But I have like the
my
the
magnum opus
best.
for you.
Yes.
Yeah, I made that, people. Those of you
Yeah.
watching
It's
on the YouTubes, I made that. That's
it's it's
I can't
the
believe it
perler
survived the
beads.
trip. To be honest, for those,
Oh man,
yeah,
yeah, it
yeah.
was amazing.
For those listening, I used to do what's called perler beads. They're fusion beads that you lay out on pegboard and melt them together and make pixel art. But I found a way to do photorealistic in large fucking size, and I did a photorealistic, well, photo to the drawing of what's Lost Sub called? Is it just Lost Submarine?
Yeah, just Heart Pirates
Heart
sub,
Pirates, their
I
ship,
guess.
the submarine ship.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and somehow that managed to stay in one piece
Oh god.
all the way up to all the way up to Everett, outside Seattle, to Jerry's new home. I'm legit shocked because only my way of doing those photorealistic ones was to only melt one side. That way, all the beads are uniform on the facing side. So, yeah,
It does have a name. I don't know when they came out with the name of it because I know they didn't whenever we did this or
yeah,
whenever I built the model because it was just called, the sub. It is called the Polar Tang.
I don't like it. No, Polar Tang, okay. I mean, there's a lot
I
of
don't
learning
know.
going on with law. I'll take it.
It probably makes sense. Like I'm sure there's a really like deeper meaning behind that name.
Right.
Surely.
Right. And I guess the second part of the question really was what led to the Yokai Delinquents, and that was we were part of a other podcast called Southern Fried Geekery, which is still going on, and
Hmm.
through different reasons and methods, we established kind of our own little thing on there, and once different reasons, I don't want to get into all that, led to us, you know, segments being cut and us both leaving the show for various reasons.
Hmm. Hmm.
We took the advice we were given when we wanted more time on our show was go make your own. that's as, that's as much salt as I'm going to throw. Yeah, so yeah, we decided, same reason we started Southern Fried Geekery. We like talking to each other. We thought maybe other
Yeah.
people might like hearing us talk, and 5 upon 5 of you out there do, and we appreciate the entire handful of y'all.
It was all meant to be.
So yeah, that's here's to 1 year of podcasting, just us, with various guests over the years that we've enjoyed and have loved having on with. More to come, more planned, and yeah, we're gonna keep on keeping on. Actually, you know what? I want to say I missed a question because I swore someone had asked
Yeah.
about
Um.
why
It's
yokai, why delinquents.
Yeah. We went off. That was another origin episode for us. I don't know. We just always kind of like really stuck with the like yokai
Mm,
whole origin and everything. I've had a fascination. It's really started as a fascination with cryptids
right,
and yeah, just stuff like that, urban legends and stuff in general, and then getting into like the other worlds version of all that, and finding out about yokai and just like how neat and bizarre all these things kind of became. And I don't know. I've always kind of had this thing with Tengu that I've really liked for a really long time,
right.
uh, and it just always kind of stuck. And then you and I are like fans of just the whole delinquent vibe and everything that has to offer. Any kind of like media that pops out with delinquents in general, we just eat it up, and it seemed great, like a great combination between the two. Plus, we did a cosplay for Yokai Delinquents.
Yes, we did.
At A-Kon one year. We were like, hey, let's throw these two like really weird things together and just make one thing out of it and see what happens.
Which was still our most disorganized group cosplay ever, because like you and me, we got together and dressed at the same time, and the rest of the group were just all over that convention at A-Kon. And, I think we bumped into John, but I don't think we even got a picture with him.
Right,
so like
right.
It was like David, Noel, I think also did. Like it was a big group, and we just got scattered to the winds for that.
Yeah,
but yeah. Like your interest in Tengu made me really start thinking about what yokai, because like it was really just seeing your interest made me start thinking like, well, which ones have I seen or talked about, and I discovered that I'd seen Kappa quite a few times in other media without really knowing exactly what it was, other than that's a cool looking turtle, a demon turtle, a monstrous turtle, and
Ninja Turtle.
Growing up with Ninja Turtles, yes, absolutely. The color green, I'm a fan of. But it is one of those, like, because people ask, I've been asked before, why Kappa? What's appealing about it? And let me know if you're like this too, Jerry. Do you ever just like something and you don't know why? It just clicked?
Yeah.
It was never
there's
no deep meaning behind it, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, Kappa just clicked, and I just fell into it. And then I realized, like, they were in Final Fantasy. They've been, status ailments to creatures and that. And then Summer Days with Ku absolutely solidified that when we found that film. I was like, okay, like, yeah. And then, of course, studying the history of them and reading about them. What I love is Japan's treatment of yokai, or Kappa. I would say definitely one of them for sure, of the dual nature of how they're presented. They're either terrifying or adorable. And I love that.
Right.
There's something about that I really like. And Delinquents I'd read some manga and stuff, but it was the movie. I think I'm pretty sure I was the one that showed you Crow Zero, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That movie just sent me to the whole what you were already experiencing in Kamen Rider Force. Just that delinquent. Like you said earlier, I'm gonna beat you up, then we're gonna be friends. Very shonen anime kind of mentality. And yeah, we just thought we were going through names, and we were pretty certain we wanted to do, yokai in there. And we threw around different names and landed on the Yokai Delinquents.
Yeah, and I was kind of like always had kind of the Tengu thing going on with like social media with like Instagram and everything.
Right.
And I was kind of like wanting to update it a little bit because I think it was Bastard Tengu for the longest time.
I think it was.
Yeah. So I was like, kind of want to change this up and do something different with it. So I went with I threw like so many ideas out and said them out loud, and eventually stuck with Robo.
Right.
Robo Tengu.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, another big part of like the yokai origin for me, like the first thing that I really experienced that I fell in love with, that kind of put me in the line with like really digging pompadours and everything, is two shows with two characters distinctly in them. The first one that I watched was Shaman Kings, that had a character named Rio in it.
Yeah.
And he was not necessarily I guess he was delinquent in a way, and he had like a white suit, huge ass pompadour, and he used a wooden sword. I think he actually had the name like Wooden Sword Ryu or something like that was like his like nickname in that show.
That sounds very familiar, right?
Oh yeah.
A little Kurabara.
That was the next one I was about to get to.
Like wooden sword and everything, yeah.
Yu Yu Hakusho introduced me to the lovable idiot Kuwabara, who has a sword. He actually had the spirit sword, and it was pretty interesting because he was I don't know, and I've always had an affinity for side characters that like they don't have like the skills or know-how of the main character, but somehow they stick it out with the main character and like duke it out and everything.
Yeah.
And he's always one of those characters that has always been like, right there, like I can do everything that you can do, but better or whatever, and came up with his own techniques and stuff like that. And I just kind of sort of fell in love with that archetype for a character and just stuck with it, and it's never done me wrong.
Yeah, if I never got full deep into Yu Yu Hakusho, but Kurobara was definitely my favorite character from as much as I've seen.
Right.
But he clicked with me because I saw what do they call it? Poltergeist Report was a movie was released here in the States on VHS before the show was. Yeah. So I'm watching this movie and it's just blowing my mind because I had so many questions because I'd never seen the series. But Kurobara was a standout even before I knew what how Japanese delinquents are portrayed in anime and manga and whatnot. So yeah. But all right, I think we kept y'all long enough. Thank you for tuning in to this episode, and thank you for tuning in for the past year plus that we have are acknowledging because we completely missed it when we actually did it. Hope y'all have enjoyed us, and look forward to what we're going to be doing next. Jarek,
it's been a fun year. We don't have any reason to stop doing what we're doing. We're pretty excited for everything that the future holds for us, and look forward to pulling out some more great content for you fine people.
Or at least as great as we can make.
That's fair. Hey, listen, we just got a new title card and it only took us a year.
That's
okay.
Only a year. Yep.
Yeah, progress.
That's how we do. All right, y'all. Yep. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.
Peace.